Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Startup Grind Sarawak. And this session, we have a guest from Kuching. His name is Jonathan, and we are doing a fireside chat on a topic called the marketing strategies, customer-centric business. All right. So this is a fireside chat with Jonathan, and he will share his experience and his expertise. So, Jonathan, how are you?
Yep. Yeah, good. Back to office. So
Oh,
very good.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice feeling, right? I'm
Yeah.
still working from home, so I'm also looking forward to go back to office. Why not, Jonathan, introduce yourself
Uh,
a little bit more?
Technically, what I do is just helping clients to strategize and to hit a certain to hit their marketing goals through Facebook ads or any type of media buy. So in case like if my client says, oh, they want to generate more sales, so we come in to strategize and look throughout their whole sales process and everything, and we come up with a strategy achieve that X amount of sales or X amount of webinars, registrations, or things like that. And I've been doing this for like 5 years. And my first few clients is actually non-local. Yeah, I started off with overseas clients, and then just 2 years later, I have slightly more local clients here in Sarawak. Just recently, I am also one of the first Facebook lead trainer in in the whole Malaysia, and we are actually doing quite a few trainings under Facebook Malaysia, and I've been starting to doing small trainings in regards of Facebook advertising and anything to do with digital marketing.
Would you be able to share a little bit more, just a little bit more about like what were you doing before this whole Facebook
Before
blueprint?
Facebook.
Yeah, before Facebook blueprint. What were you doing? Like, what's your background actually?
Oh, I am actually, my background is a bit of like I didn't do this at all. I did study multimedia marketing. Then what I did was my first 2, 3 jobs has nothing to do with digital marketing or multimedia marketing. It has always been either like business development, customer service, management in the like sales in logistics in the logistic industries. So nothing to do with this at all, with advertising at all. So what happened was that I started to show a little bit more interest on Facebook side and I started just studying on my testing things, and I started by just freelancing and doing all this for and just charge very little just to get more experience. And from then, I got more comfortable with spending, and then my clients trust me, and then I managed to give very good results. And from then on, yeah, I got more and more clients, and then we managed to grow from there.
Nice. Nice to hear that. It's so very interesting that you actually sort of like, because of you just want to explore a little bit, right? And you just
Yeah.
start to play around on some of the tools, and then slowly you actually get into it as well. So let's come back into Facebook Blueprint. So what actually is Facebook Blueprint? Are you able to share with us a little bit?
Yeah, okay. So Facebook Blueprint is actually a free online resource, and also is a certification program. So there's 2 parts. One is a free online resource. It's like a full library on uh, on on how to use their tools, their Instagram, and also also teaches you on basic marketing strategies inside that library itself. So you can also from there you can also track your progress on how well you did. So there's instead of just resources, you also have like assessment, quizzes, and things like that, just to make sure that you understand what they want to teach you. And then there's also the second part, which is the certification program, which is the Facebook Blueprint certification. That one is like a test you can take on the Facebook Blueprint certification test. The few tests that are available that they have is the most basic is like the digital negotiate. That's like the simplest of tests. And then the second, third, and fourth would be like media buy, media plan. Those two tests is slightly harder because they test you based on how well you understand the Facebook ad system, what objective to use, what functionality does this, what are the functions, and when you should use certain objective and when you should not, and things like that. Yeah. Of course, the test is regulated by Facebook. It's actually not. It's not that easy. The beginner's test is quite easy. The media buy and media plan is not that easy because you kind of need experience in handling the Facebook ads system. So you need to be hands-on. It's not just you study the resources and then you will definitely pass the whole test. There's no such thing. Yeah. So, and then not to mention that things changes all the time, especially with Facebook ads and the whole system right now. Things changes like every few months, things change. So you always have to be on top of it. So the tests change as well. Yeah.
Okay. So how much of the not say how much, how would Facebook Blueprint help businesses actually?
In terms of honestly, in terms of
I mean, for business owners to pick up Facebook Blueprint or the learnings and etc.
yep. Okay. In regards of this, right, Facebook Blueprint is actually a very, very useful tool. So if you have nothing, if you have no let's say you have zero experience on digital marketing or Facebook marketing or things like that. If you just want to get from the basics, Facebook Blueprint is the best because they will actually guide you from the start for what is the jargon of certain words. They will bring you like step by step. So you will learn from the basics to the more intermediate or advanced if you want to. You can skip it if you want to because you can. Maybe you just want to learn. Oh, okay. I just want to learn how to make better creatives on Instagram. There's actually a short course about that on Facebook Blueprint. Or you want to learn more on how to get more customers or awareness on through Facebook. So there's also a course for that. You can just click on it and you just follow the course. So it's a very step by step. It's not like a course that you can just it's not like a course that you will you will need to search and then it'll be very messy. No, it actually makes it very seamless for you to follow. So it's a very good thing for small business owners.
So it's like a step by step kind of.
Yeah. So this is actually better. This is actually very good for small business owners because nowadays, we all got see that in our Facebook, there's a lot of ads. Oh, business owners should do these ads, pay us this, and then we'll get you sales or things like that. But the thing is, right, if you do not understand the basic knowledge, you do not know, you will get cheated easily. And that's small business owners to at least have the basic knowledge on Facebook or how they kind of work so you don't get cheated. Yeah.
Cool. So when we talk about customer centric, I mean, as per our topic, right? We did mention about customer centric. So what does it really mean to be customer centric? Is it sales or service, product support, industry, education, or informational focus when we talk about customer centric?
Okay, in regards of customer centric, so basically customer centric means you are focusing on your customers. Your main focus of the whole company is on your customer. Okay, now this may sound like a very common sense thing, but it's actually not. Okay, so what this means is that when you focus purely on your customers in regards of your revenue on your or your product or your service, that means that your whole company has to fulfill what your customer needs. That means that it goes to not only your ads, it goes to your service line, how your service line will be servicing your customers' needs, and also your product, does it match what your customer is looking for? And then maybe on your product side is also to anticipate what your customer want in the future, and also your company culture and vision as well. So this is what customer centric means. It not only span on your customer service, because a lot of people think that it's only customer service. No, it's not. It spans throughout the whole thing. If you have an e-commerce platform, if you have a SaaS platform, that also means your user, your designs, your features, things, and that just means to fulfill whatever data that you have on your customers, to fulfill what to fit what they want.
Interesting. Okay. So marketing. So we also talk about marketing. So marketing, is it to sell, or marketing is to build a tribe of followers or loyalty? So which, I mean, what would be your take when it comes to marketing?
For marketing, huge subject. Like it encompasses everything.
Yeah. So now we're talking about like marketing to sell, or is it marketing to build a tribe, followers, or loyalty? So what would be your take?
Honestly, my part, for me as an advertiser,
Yeah.
because I'm a performance, and I'm even nicher than that because I'm performance marketing. So I always say that marketing always achieve an end goal. Your end goal is to sell. In regards of your marketing is to create a tribe, a community, or to get awareness. End of the day, you're funneling everyone down into this end goal, which is to sell your product or service. So even if you have a tribe or community to make people because if you have that means that you are promoting brand loyalty. Your customer lifetime value would be longer. And you reduce churn, or you reduce customer churn. So at the end of the day, it still goes back. Want to sell more stuff to your customers. So at the end of the day, marketing for me is to sell things.
Okay, cool. All
Unfortunately,
right.
that's my take on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the top 3 customer-centric strategies that is actually being used across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp?
In regards of what kind of strategies they are using, now I don't think I'll be talking too much about what kind of strategies that they are trying to employ to promote customer-centric customer service or this kind of thing, because it's very different from um, everyone. So for most of the things that we usually do from our side is to one strategy that we use is that we try to always gather a lot of data from outside. Okay, which is we gather data from our client side, we gather data from our advertising side, and whatever data that we have from industry research, anything, and we form that data, and then after that we have the data on our customers, and we form a campaign, a content based on what those customers, based on that data. So through that, we are able to funnel the customers through a proper, sales funnel strategies. I think one of the things that what you can do through Facebook is personalization. On Facebook itself, if let's say on Facebook and Instagram, if you have seen a lot of people, they're posting a lot of content. So what you can do is to actually to post that resonate to your customers, and also not. And actually, okay, these are the things that people need to be aware of. Like you want to post when you post because a lot of people, a lot of businesses, they ask me, okay, I don't know what to post. I will just post random things. Oh, today is Raya, let me post Raya. Today is Earth Day, let me post Earth Day. They always post through like just festival or like holidays. But does that resonate with your customer right now? So this is one of the strategies that you need to use, which is post things based on your on what your customers on the things that resonate with your customers. Does your customer resonate with certain social issues? You can post things about that. Does your customer resonate with certain other interests? Like maybe if you are a restaurant, does your customer likes to know what uh, how your food is being cooked or things like that? So you post through that. So with that data, if you see that, okay, my customer likes to my customer do like to watch posts about that, about me cooking or things that on how the food is being prepared, then you post more. You can see that engagement is in. There's more stuff. They say, okay, cool. You push more about that. That's one strategy. Another one is, making sure that your messenger, everything is personalized, based your customers want. And what this means is that on the Facebook Messenger, there's actually a way for you to actually have your FAQ and also uh, uh, personalize their names when you ask a question. If you click on the Facebook Messenger, you can see that, hi, your full name comes out. What can we help you with? And then there's going to be a list of FAQs. So with that, you don't just put like the generic FAQs, like what time are you open, or where are you located, or things like that. Put FAQs that your customers are always asking about. It could be, hi, can I know what is this product, what does this product do, or things like that. So these are if you have enough data what is the questions that your customers always ask, you can put it there. So these are the two strategies that then the third one would be messenger. Yeah, your third one will be gathering the data. You have to really just gather data of your customers, and yeah. So gather strategies on your customers, post organic content, and also try to post content that is resonating to your customer. Third one will be try to personalize, all the interactions and messaging, these things with your customers. Yeah.
Right. So with this kind of, I mean, besides organic strategies, right? Like I think what you just mentioned are pretty much organic, right? Is there any specific formula, or is there any kind of formula for customer centric? Like what kind of ads work best? The other one, is it better to run the same ad in different languages, or just run ads in one single language? So, I mean, these are just a few areas that we would like to know as well.
Okay, so when you're talking about ads right now, right?
Yeah.
We always the first thing that we always ask our clients is that if we have all the data, okay, if the client has data on the customers, right? So we ask them, okay, you have all the data, we consider all the data. We ask them, okay, what kind of objective do you want to do? Do you want to get more sales? You want to just get awareness? Which level of the funnel that you want to target? And then from then we come up with strategies that work for them for that particular campaign. Usually right now, we use a lot of video ads because with video ads we can retarget them easily. And in regards of languages, it all depends on on the customers. If we think that this customers is selling let's say Raya product, obviously we're just gonna target Malay. But if we do not know and it's very wide or very broad of an audience, usually in our ads, because it's a very we are like a multinational country, so we do have ads based on English, BM, and Mandarin, and from there we do check which one works better. If we see that, maybe Chinese isn't resonating, we just cut it off next time because it's eating our ad budget. So these are the we do try to make sure that we have like all three languages inside there lah. But it all depends on your customers lah. If you do not have the resources to actually test all three, don't just focus on the customers that you know that is the most valuable one, and just push for that one. If you know that if you think that Malay speaking customers is much more valuable, they are the one that contributes to 80% of my revenue. Okay, yes, just push for Malay then. Don't you don't have the resources, don't care too much about the English speaking one.
Right. So we're still on the topic on ads for now, right? So people always have this question. I think it's I think all business owners will definitely have this in their mind. Like, what would be a good starting budget for to run ads in Malaysia, okay, or in Sarawak or Malaysia? So what would be that starting budget? Because you mentioned just now about budget, about how much you have, right? So now, like this would be one of the top questions people always ask. So what would be the budget for us to start? You know, for running ads in Sarawak or Malaysia.
I think a lot of people that will not agree with me on this.
But based on your experience and because you do have experience with customers that is not from Malaysia, right? That from US and from Dubai and Singapore, right? So looking back just for Sarawak and Malaysia, what would be the starting budget that you think it's reasonable, or it's a good budget to start?
Okay, so my opinion, okay, is that your ad budget, so long is profitable, that's your ad budget. So long is profitable, that's your ad budget. But if some people a certain formula or to kind of know what's your starting ad budget. Okay, so a lot of the industry out there, they always say it should be around 5 to 12% of your revenue. That should be your advertising budget. 5 to 12% of your revenue. So let's say if you are making $1 million a year, so 5% of $1 million is probably around like 50,000. Yeah, 50,000 advertising budget. Advertising, not marketing. So this would be your budget for your budget lah. But if you're talking about like very localized, like restaurant kind of business, right? It's very hard to estimate that kind of thing because for restaurant, let's say because for local restaurants, right, you're only your area of service is only that's like maybe around like 5 km to 7 km around your restaurant. You're only servicing that. You cannot go. You go beyond that, there's no point because you're a restaurant owner. So because of that, your target audience that you have on your target audience maybe just less in Kuching, maybe it's just around like under 100. So if you base on that, you cannot use revenue because it's going to be far too much. So if it's like that, then you should only just for under 100,000 daily budget, probably you can go with like 20 ringgit, 10 ringgit to 20 ringgit. Yeah. Sometimes I have clients who just with just 5 ringgit per day, and that's
Sorry,
fine as well.
sorry, Jonathan. When you mentioned about 100,000, that is based on the population, right?
No, not population.
The 100,000
Base
is on based on revenue,
no
or
no. If you when I say 100,000, it means your
yeah.
targeted market. So on if let's say if
So
you're a restaurant,
targeted market as in the people,
yeah,
100,000 people. Okay, all right,
correct. Not the population. Let's say if I say
right,
I'm a restaurant in Kuching, I want to target to the people who are interested in my restaurant, interested in my food. So after I key in all the information, everything on the Facebook platform, it will only show like 1,000 people who are only interested, because not everyone ma. So if it's within that 1,000, I already know there's no point to spend like 100 ringgit per month. 100 ringgit per day. It's gonna be far too much. So I'm just gonna reduce it all the way to like maybe around 5-10 ringgit or 20 ringgit maximum per day. That's pretty good already. So and then when we go from there, then we see what kind of return do we get from that budget. If we think that we can scale up, it's profitable, then we scale all the way up to a point no longer profitable. It breaks it. We scale the way up and kind of like is acceptable. The profitability is acceptable. Then we just taper it off there. We just stop it at that budget, unless our clients say, "Oh, I want to, do something else." Yeah.
okay. So when being customer centric, right? How much value should be given before a sales pitch?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
I mean, we step out from ads, right? But now let's talk about like being customer centric again. So, what would be the value should be given before a sales pitch?
I think it's okay. Technically, it's the same with advertising. Okay, because we have to pull them into the sales funnel with or without advertising. So every single time before we do a sales pitch, as in when we mean sales pitch, it means to sell something already, asking our client to actually buy something, to put them credit card to that, to put their credit card information and then purchase something. So what we usually do is that we don't directly tell them, hey, this is a very good product here, why don't you buy my awesome product and things like that. So usually we don't really do that. What we do is if we can, we shoot them what is the product about first. Okay, the video is about what's the product, and then after that we retarget them. Okay, you've already seen our video, you're not buying it because you've been to the page. Then we will tell them, why don't we do this? I'll give you a 7-day trial on the product. If give it back, these are the things that you can, if you have information on customers, that these are the things that you can do, because you think that, okay, my customers need to use these things first, then they'll try. Or instead of a 7-day trial, or you can just pull them in a little bit more with just a basic offer, like your full offer. If let's say of a SaaS, like what would be a good SaaS product? Maybe like any Moto or something. Like it's a web video editing tool. So instead of you telling people to just directly go to this pro package, this is the main package that you want people to sell. So you can tell them, okay, maybe you don't need this. Start out with this basic package first. This may be like a startup package. So you have limited functionality in that SaaS product. So then after that, when you do the real sale, which is that you want them to upgrade, you can tell them to upgrade through email or retargeting through the ads or promotion or offer, things like that. So these are the ways that you can increase your, if you have the like you can so these are the ways that you can actually pull to your sales pitch to that before to increase your conversion. Yeah. So hopefully I answered that question.
Yeah, I mean, it's very. I think this is something whereby it's very individual as well.
Yeah.
Depending on how you see it and which area are you focusing on as well, right? So it's very individual. So yeah, not to worry about that. I think with all this information or experience that being shared or examples being shared, right? So let's come back to Sarawak or Kuching, right?
Yeah.
How can businesses better identify what Sarawakians want? So I mean, in terms of like, because we have been sharing a lot of examples that is actually like, maybe it's not so much for SMEs or small business owners, right? Or it may be applicable, more applicable in bigger city. But let's say for Sarawak, what
Yeah.
kind of business better identify like what people want down here?
um I think it's the same way of how big businesses uh it's the same way as how big businesses identify their target market, honestly. What I realized that a lot of the smaller businesses is that um, they have to understand that the way how big businesses identify certain things, the tools they use, you can use it too right now because of Facebook and Google and everything. You can identify your market. You can identify your target market through that. It's like if you have a Facebook page or your Instagram page, you can know you can get data from your customers already. Okay, from your Facebook page, Facebook Insights, you can know, okay, how old is what's the age of my customers, what are the comments that they usually say, what do they say about my my business. Okay, let's just take into an example of a food restaurant, a restaurant business, okay. So from my Facebook page itself, if I post about my food and everything, right? If people commented, sorry, uh, uh, if people commented, hey, I like this fur, I like this fur uh, food and everything, and then I would like to see more on this product or this other food. So you as a business owner, you know that, okay, there are a lot of people saying that I want to see this particular of food inside my restaurant. Why don't I do that as well? These are the insights that under you can actually take from the Facebook page and also from the Instagram as well. And not to mention that I think I think small businesses should also like look into um, when their businesses is being mentioned or tagged in other groups or communities, like in Kuching, right? In Sarawak, we have like the Kuching Kantau, Kuching Food Critic, sorry, Sarawak Food Critic or things like that. Yeah, so when your restaurant is being tagged or mentioned in it, look at it. Let's see what people comment on it, and and things like that. So and not to also aside from those three, talk to the customers, ask them how is it, is it good, is there any issues with it. These are the little things that I think a lot of the people here, they don't really do because they're scared of criticism, they're scared of hearing bad things, and that's not very good because the more issues you hear is a better way of you to actually improve on your business or product. Because if not, I think I think Malaysian or actually Sarawak, we don't really like to say bad things as well. You know, like we internalize the bad thing. I was like, if I don't like this food, I'm not gonna tell the owner. I'm just gonna not come anymore. So that's very bad. Okay, so the business owner should ask, genuinely ask, so we give proper feedback, and then they can change, they can improve. Yeah. So I think that's how, like, the people here, the business here knows, understands a bit more on what's going on within their industry, within their businesses. Yeah.
Right. So, do you consider Kuching a stable or seasonal market? Like, how does this affect strategies being used?
I think Kuching is honestly, during this pandemic, is not really super predictable, because everything goes up and down based on, MCO, or there's no such thing as seasonal right now. Yeah. And but if you're talking about if you're talking about just like online purchases, it's definitely still follows certain certain holidays lah. Like for 12 11 11, we still see last year, the 12 11 still works very well. You will still follow certain holidays. Of course, like Mother's Day is coming now, is very good for restaurant, and also Raya, very good for restaurant as well. But it depends on what kind of offering you're doing. Like, you obviously, at this condition right now, you cannot offer, or hey, big gathering, things like that. What you can offer is a very small private gathering, or offer on like a full menu but takeaway. So it depends on industry, but I think right now nothing is stable. You will see ups and downs all the way. Yeah.
So, so now let's say still focusing back in Kuching and Sarawak, right? So, which customers do we focus on? For example, just the locals, like maybe in Kuching, or by radius from the city, or it can be by zones like Samarahan, Serian, or etc. Or is it a good idea to target the same audience in different zones?
It depends on my answer will always be, it depends on it depends on your it depends where your customer is. It depends on, if you are a restaurant based in center of Kuching, obviously, then your target market will probably be on the lunch crowd, because there's offices around the center of Kuching. And then, so you only target people who are 5 kilometers away. If you are a restaurant in Kota Semrahan, again, obviously, you cannot target the people in Kuching, because there's no way we'll be shooting all the way there. So you only target the people in Kota Semrahan, unless you are offering something that can be sent over, or you are offering maybe like
Like a supermarket or grocery store, pharmacy,
yeah, you
product base basically.
yeah, product based. If you're offering that, then only certain radius, 5 km. For local businesses, right, it's very the targeting for local business is quite simple, because you only sell around 5 km or 7 km around that area only. You will not go further than that. And then, because no one will, because I'm pretty sure there's other competitors as well, unless you are the only one. Maybe you have a wider radius. But for that, it's only. But for if you're only if you're like a restaurant, you're only selling that. But if you are like, but if you have a company like, I was doing migration services 2-3 years back. So the migration services is that, you don't need to actually come over here to you don't actually need to come to our office. to do the consultation. We help people to the business help people to migrate to Australia, Canada, all these things. So the thing that they need to do is to get leads and to make sure that and to pre-qualify people uh, who are eligible to go to Australia. So this is very easily done. All we need to do for that company is just get the name, the information, and where they want to migrate. So this is a very simple lead generation campaign. So what we do is that we don't need to be confined to a certain radius, because all they need to do is to enter their name, email, and everything into this Facebook lead form, this system. So we can target to the whole of Sarawak and to the whole of Malaysia. So it honestly just depends on what type of product and where your customer is. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan, for sharing. I think we are pretty much on time, and it's it's a bit technical for those who are not very familiar with ads and digital marketing. But it's quite interesting to find out a little bit more about this. And I think now with all this pandemic, I think everyone should pick up a little bit of knowledge on digital marketing, and also get to know about running ads, or how do you grow organically without running ads as well. So thank you once again, Jonathan, for sharing. And now we would like to open the session of the Q&A. So any one of you have any questions, feel free, don't be shy, just type in your questions in the chat box, and we will pick it up and get Jonathan to answer those questions. So while waiting for the questions to come in, Jonathan, I have this rapid fire session. All right. So I got a few questions here that I would like to ask. Okay. So coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right. What would be the last book that you read?
Oh shit. Ebook can. Ebook can.
I mean, as long as it's a book, right? So yeah.
I think it's an advertising book called Hey Whipple or something. I've forgotten who already, but it's an advertising book. It's like copywriting advertising book. Yeah.
Okay. Who would you get as a mentor? Elon Musk or Jack Ma?
Oh, Elon Musk. Jack Ma is. I like his resilience, but yeah, I like to get Elon Musk as a mentor. He seems like you will learn a lot from him, like the visions that he has, and yeah, he's a bit eccentric right now, but
All right. Okay. So once this pandemic is over, which is the first destination will you travel to?
Oh, I think we have a ticket booked for Langkawi already.
What about besides Malaysia? Let's say foreign country. Where will you travel first?
I have a feeling I'll be going to Thailand.
I guess so too.
Yeah, I have a feeling we will be going to Thailand, isn't it?
Yeah, we will be going to Thailand.
So everyone here, we can go together.
Okay, so thank you for that, and let's come back to the Q&A session. So we have Johan got a question. Are Malaysians more on Facebook or Instagram? Does it change with age group?
Actually, yes. In regards of this, right, actually Malaysian is actually on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook right now, of course, is on the slightly older market. You're talking about 30 plus to 50 to 60. I do have people on Facebook on 60s as well. So and then Instagram is obviously for people who are the much younger one, the 25 and to 45, I think. Yeah. So these are the ones. TikTok obviously on the very, very, very young group. Yeah, the teenagers group.
All right. Okay. Till then, stay safe and we'll see you very soon.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.